eyes, try to see the way the world turned, what happened to me. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream. But try and vote every chance I get. You can't change nothing if you don't do that. I pay my taxes even when it hurts.
How y'all doing, baby?
Sometimes I think
Yeah. You, man, I gotta learn how to do that better. Anyway, baby, it is Tuesday, and I'm glad y'all are here. Please, pay no attention to the additional sound effects today. They come free of charge. Oh, Lord, I haven't moved this thing yet. Oh, Lord. Come on, man. John's on a slow start, baby. Give me a second to catch up here. Jay Clayton and Stephanie Dean were the first one to jump in, and tell her I love her too. Randy Peterson, hot damn, it's a bad hot day, baby, especially if you're walking the highway, man. That asphalt gets pretty damn hot, man. I'm thinking about moving to Arkansas myself. Anyway, Gene Shanky's here. Jeanette Miller, Jeff Curry's here, Nancy Halverson, Deborah Douglas. Baby, I'm glad that smart-ass Squaw Martha's here. Thank you very much. Big Johnson is in the room. Thank goodness we got a and, let me see, the Remixtress is with us. Thank you very much, darling. Mega Wet Willie. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Glad to see you in there. Bruce Preston, let me see. Susan Chapman. That's a new one. Don't remember seeing. Welcome to the family, baby. Glad to see you in here. BW is here. Let me see. Jeff Curry. Walt now Pig. Ohio, baby. I'm liking that. Anyway, man, let me get on down here. Tiffany Hutchinson. I hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. Thank you, darling. Mine could have been a little bit better, but we lived through it. So Karen Van Wyck is here. Let me see. Get on down here. We won't get the... What was that? Something flew by. I can't... I'll check it in a little bit. Let me see. Just Coggins is here. Bernadette Pre, thank you very much. Goth Bosch Incarnate, thank you for being here. Anyway, what's going on in the news? I don't know. Shit, I've been busy ever since a few minutes before I walked in that door. And my body's about wore out today. But I did notice in the news that, what's his name, Proud Boar leader, Enrique Torrio, got 22 years, baby. 22 years for being a freaking traitor. Yes, indeed, Bill Joins. Justice does prevail, baby. And that's what we're seeing in these cases coming before the court. And I expect to see more of them coming with other peoples that were involved in the insurrection. Anyway, that and Tommy Tuboshit was the only ones that I saw that I glanced at the news momentarily and see what was going on. Tommy Tuboshit, same old crap, holding up the promotions for the military. I understand they had the Secretary of the Navy, Secretary of the Army, and the Secretary of the Air Force on the news today telling Tommy Tuboshit what a piece of shit he was. And I hope he gets the message. Let me see, Michael Johnson, he's jumping out quick, came in with a $2 donation, and said having a cold beer at the VFW. Fuck Trump, fuck Abbott, and fuck DeSantis. Outstanding, buddy. Have a cold one for me. Let me see. Mission Chick, how are you, darling?
I'm good, John. Speaking of VFW,
Yes.
did you see there was a Medal of Honor given
I
today?
did today. I did not get to see the ceremony.
Oh, okay.
Oh no,
It's only
yeah,
a 5-minute ceremony, but
I
yeah.
was walking the road, baby. It was a rough
I know.
day.
Same here.
But yes, I did see that all these years later, for a helicopter pilot in Vietnam that went above and beyond, baby. And yeah.
Yeah, he actually had a few other medals, and when he was told that he was going to have this honor, he said, "I didn't do anything for that."
And spoken like a true. Yeah, that's what they. Hi, Bernadette. I heard
Hi,
you in there.
John.
Baby. How you?
I miss you, chick.
Hi.
I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in here. You know, nice cool 87 degrees with a breeze
Kiss
up here where I am.
Where?
Huh?
What?
So
You're killing
It's
me.
about the same here, too.
Every bit of 102 today, and that's just the temperature. Heat index was
Oh,
somewhere
dear.
around 118 and 19, something like that today.
Lord have mercy.
I'm
No,
feeling
John,
every
see,
bit of it, baby.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret.
Ah.
That's just way too hot for black people.
I'm telling you, it's too hot for any color people, baby. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit what shade you are.
Yeah,
This
you ain't
shit's too.
finding me in nothing like
Yeah,
that.
no, I
okay?
tried to make my
Mm-mm.
truck to the mechanic today, and it didn't make it. It's there now. It's going to be there for a while, I guess. But
Oops.
anyway, yeah, oops. Shouldn't have done that. But yeah, it was an adventureful day, and there's not a piece of me that ain't hurting and just wore the freak out, to tell you the truth. I am just exhausted.
Take a breath, John.
Yes,
Take a breath.
I am trying to. You know who we got down here, don't you?
I see Barker Leo.
Let's get Mike or Leo up here real quick, and then we'll get to Greg over there in just a second here. But I want to, Leo.
Update ups and
Oh
downs.
hell!
Oh hell, buddy.
Oh hell!
Hey, Leo.
Things ain't feeling
First
too
of
good,
all-
buddy.
First, I got to take care of the personal important things
Okay.
first. John, what happened to your
Please
truck?
Go ahead. What happened? What happened? What
What
personal
happened to
thing?
your truck?
That's the front end, left driver's side. Brake pads.
TVS.
It's falling apart.
Yeah, it's
old
falling
like the rest
apart.
of us.
I'll know more in the
It
morning
needs
when
some
they give me an
TLC,
estimate.
honey.
So
Yeah, you sure as hell
Yeah.
will.
yeah, they'll wake me up bright and early tomorrow with a phone call saying, "Hey, you ain't got enough money." That's what they're gonna
Yeah.
tell
Well,
me.
at least you got yours to
It
the
don't matter
mechanic.
what
Mine's
it
still
is, we
sitting
ain't
in the
got enough
driveway,
money
Yeah, I
for
don't
it.
give a shit what it is. I ain't got enough, but fix it anyway.
Right.
Yeah, because yeah, we have to get another vehicle going. What's going on, Leo?
Well, boy, howdy shit.
Boy, howdy
22
shit. That's
years.
what I said.
Enrique Terrio, 22 years.
22
yes,
years.
motherfucker.
Yes.
you
Hell
earned
yes.
every
Shove it up your
minute
butt.
of it.
I hope you drop the soap every damn day in there. I don't
John,
really
I'm
give
gonna,
a shit.
I'm gonna read something. I'm gonna read something that I just posted, and I just wrote it not 10 minutes ago, and it's a little long-winded because y'all know I am, but I'm gonna read it anyway because this is
But it's
exactly what I
Always
feel
worth
on
the
it.
listen, Leo. It's always worth the listen. Go ahead, brother.
And what I wrote, I'll be using this premise for a live soon. I'm looking at the state of the nation with regard to the treasonous bastards behind the January 6th insurrection. Trump at the top of that infamous list, of course, but right now a lot lower. Groups like the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, the Hawaiian Shirts, the Boogaloo Boys are a stain on this nation. Nothing more. You're not patriots. Proud of what? You're punks that like big guns to compensate for moral bereftness, low
Very
self-esteem,
good.
and likely a small penis. Nothing more.
Nothing.
I have hope in that these idiots are being held to account. You can dislike an election's result, dislike the browning of America, dislike the fact that in this nation you can't oppose your religious ideals, dislike whatever the hell you want. You're lucky. You live in a nation where you can express your dislike. What you can't do is try to tear it down because you're pissed. What you can't do is try to overturn the result of a free and fair election. Fuck you and your inability to see life as reality as opposed to your myopic point of view that the majority rejects. Today was the last of the idiot Proud Boys' seditious conspiracy trials. The courts all over the nation have said you are wrong. You are not allowed to impose your will by force, and those who try end up in prison for decades. Good. This is our nation. Yours too, but we have rules. That's how we are a nation. You chose to break those rules for a man that doesn't give a shit about you. Second, a man that doesn't give a shit about this nation or anything other than himself. You are the epitome of fuck around and find out. I will be even more ecstatic when the clown in chief, an orange spray tan, gets his measure of find out. To those still thinking he's good for the country, look at the toll he has taken on the lives of the people that support him. Isn't it time you found better representation? Isn't it time you woke up before you end up suffering the same fate as the rest of the people he doesn't give a shit about? Make better choices, assholes.
That's very good, buddy. That's very good. That is well spoken. Well spoken, Leo. And I agree wholeheartedly. Fuck them. And the horse they rode in on, too.
And they keep talking about their patriotism.
Yes. Yes.
Is what they've done patriotic.
No, none of it is patriotic, and that's what pisses me off. I say it all the time. That's what they do on that side. They sell patriotism. And all they have to do is produce a bumper sticker, a flag, have an eagle fly by, play the right song, whatever the fuck it is. They don't take it to heart. They don't take to heart what it means to be a patriot in this country. And it doesn't mean you... Oh, man.
Mr. Chick, you mentioned earlier the guy that had received the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we know him? I have not looked at that story yet. I knew that something happened. I have not seen it. What I do know is that these supposed patriots do not know his name. Mm-mm. They don't have a clue.
No, and they could give a shit less about him. I forgive me because I didn't get to read the story. I didn't get to see it. I knew what happened, and I knew. I
can tell you the incident that prompted this particular medal.
Go ahead.
Well, he was at the time he was a lieutenant. He's a retired captain now, but June 1968, he was the pilot of a Cobra attack helicopter.
Yes.
Now those only seat 2 people.
Yes.
Right?
One in front, one in back. 2-seater.
Right. And there was...
the most badass one we had over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was 2 helicopters that went to try and fight off some Vietnamese that had surrounded a small group of 4 that were like scouts.
Right.
Now, it was nighttime also. They ran out of ammo, and he was getting low on fuel. But what he did was, because it was dark out, even though he ran out of ammunition, he used his lights. He sort of like blasted some lights there to try and do that. So did the other helicopter to hold them off just minutes longer. And he asked the 4, they were in communications. He asked the 4 to try and get to a clearing area that they could see, told them where to run to, and they tried to hold back the enemy fire until they could run there. Now, mind you, it's a 2-seater. He landed, and they all climbed on board the outside of the helicopter. They
climbed on the skids.
And they hung on, and even though he had literally no gas left, he got them out of harm's way and landed in the next safest place that they could just take off and leave on foot from.
Right.
That's a patriot.
I'm telling you, that takes some balls. I'm telling you. No, when I first started working, when I went to work for the Army, that's mostly what I worked on was Apaches and Hueys, and the Cobra was on its way out. The Apache had replaced it, but we still had plenty of Cobras coming in, because you keep those birds flying all the time. They're a workhorse, baby. And yeah, they're badass. But very thin and very sleek. When you look at him, you think, damn, that thing is thin as shit. It is. It's barely enough room for the pilot, the co-pilot. Just a
Well,
little.
and he was concerned that the extra weight was going to cause some problems.
I would imagine,
too.
but after he had spent all his ordnance, he lightened up the aircraft
Yep.
a little bit. Let me thank
He
Mary
wasn't going to
Humphreys.
leave anybody behind.
Mary Humphreys, who came in with a $10 donation, and I want to thank her. And I did not see my little thing pop up. So I
It
gotta
actually
I ain't
did.
seen my little thing pop up in a long time.
yeah, no
Uh-oh.
shit, yeah. Well, let's
Okay,
don't go
quit
there.
worrying.
My thing ain't popping for a while. Anyway, I got enough shit all over me, popping all over the place. Yeah, my mind is just toast today, man. I got home maybe about 30 minutes before the show started, so my whole
John,
day
while
is
I got a minute here, I do want to because I imagine there are a few people listening right now that have. Y'all know that I had a real rough week. I had a
Yes.
real rough week.
So did your dog.
Yeah, and well, he's fine. He is
Good.
now 100%. But it could not be if it were not for the Blue Dots and well, a few other people, but mostly the Blue Dots. They've chipped in. Valerie and I are still a good little bit behind. It was a $2,500 visit.
It is not cheap to go to a vet, unfortunately, nowadays, especially in an emergency situation, buddy.
They never hurt themselves during the week. They never
No.
do it during the
Yeah,
week
no,
or the daytime.
No, it's the weekend, buddy.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Yeah.
wait.
Leo, I have a question.
What's that?
Was it a venomous snake bite?
Oh yeah.
It was.
I'm going to say this out loud right now, and I will tell you right now that I am admitting to a crime, but it was definitely a copperhead, and
that's not
it
good.
was in my greenhouse, and most of you have seen my greenhouse. When I could, as soon we had a little bit of rain and made it so I couldn't for the first day, but the next day I rolled the canopy and the frame off of it. And then I took my tractor out there and picked up both of the raised beds and put them in the middle of the lawn. The
Cool.
last thing was the floor, which was, if y'all have ever been in an in-ground pool, they've got about a 4-foot fiberglass wall and then the liner inside of that.
Right.
Well, I had one of those fiberglass walls and I repurposed it as the floor for that. That was the last thing. Valerie grabbed the edge of it and ran like hell with it, and I was standing there with the 12 gauge.
Oh,
And as soon as she pulled away, there was the bitch that got him, and
Oh.
she got it, and all of her babies too.
uh-oh.
Ooh.
And unfortunately, there was also a king snake underneath there, but he was in the wrong
Damn.
place at the wrong time, and I'm
Yeah.
really good with a pump shotgun, so took out one, and I saw another snake and took it out.
Yeah, your mind's not what kind
Okay.
of snake. Your mind is going snake.
Yep,
Yes.
and
So
they're both gone
that's an
now,
automatic
and-
reaction, buddy. Yeah,
But I just want to thank all of the Blue Dots for how much they've chipped in.
this family,
They've knocked $1,100 off of that bill, and I can't
this
thank
Right
them
family
enough.
on.
steps up. I'll tell you what.
Bravo,
Every
Blue
time they
Dots,
see
man.
a need, they've come through for a lot of Blue Dots. This not only happens to, I get donations, Leo gets donations. No, this happens throughout this family, that there are family members that help each other out in this family. And that's the most precious thing about this thing. This ain't no bullshit, just little group here. These people in this chat, they care about each other.
And let's talk about how that is a patriot.
That
Isn't
is a
what the
patriot.
fuck
That
country
is it. Is it not to be concerned about your fellow man, your fellow citizen? To make the
Damn
world a
right.
better place for everybody, lift all boats, all those good slogans they got?
Some of us believe it.
Yeah, some of us do, if we could just get them other assholes to believe it. Let me see, I have been rude long enough. Greg has had his hand up down there. I want to get him in here and see if he wants to join the conversation here. Greg, are you with us?
It's
Hi.
crazy.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, and yourself?
Well, it's Texas heat up here in Connecticut. It's
Oh, man.
Where are
98
you in Connecticut?
Meriden, Connecticut.
Holy shit. Really? That's
You-
where I'm from originally, not Meriden,
Really?
but northeast
Oh.
corner.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Damn.
from Falls Village,
Oh,
Connecticut.
wait, no,
or-
it just hit the Rolodex. I do remember you saying that before. that you were
yeah,
born in
if you know where Canaan, Connecticut is, Craig,
Oh yeah,
that's
that's up on the
northwest corner.
northwest corner, right on the Mass line.
Yep,
Right on.
and that's where I'm from, brother. So good to hear from another Connecticutian.
Well, that's a beautiful area up there. I tell you, it is absolutely gorgeous up there. So, and you're in Texas now?
No, I'm in Tennessee.
Oh, you're in
Yeah,
Tennessee.
he's not.
Okay.
He's not totally in hell. He's he's still
Oh,
acclimating pretty
no,
well.
no,
He's
no.
still acclimating.
We're running right up there with you guys. Don't lie.
Hey, you know something? Uh, I need to take care of just a little bit of business before we get back into the conversation, because I started the show and like I said, I apologize. The sound effects are free today. There's not a part of me that seriously is not fucking hurting. I got mail, and I started the show without pointing that out, and it wasn't until I seen John and Carolyn Majesco come into the room that it reminded me, oh shit, I got mail, and one of them is this t-shirt. Look at this t-shirt. Huh? I know who sent this to me too. I think he's out there too. KY, Michael Johnson sent this to me. I believe, there was no name on it, but I believe it did, and it says, let's start a cult, and it's the Kool-Aid, baby. Yeah, I thought that was rather neat, and along with it, I believe he is also the sender of this coffee cup, which I really love. It says, no, really, you lost. You're in a cult. Yeah, that's what it says. No, really, he lost. And you're in a cult. I loved it. KY, I'm going to start drinking my coffee out of that in the morning because it'll put a smile on my face. And then John, forgive me, I barely had time to really fast read over. I'm going to go back and read this story again. John and Carolyn Majesco sent me a letter and a very nice donation. Thank you very much, John and Carolyn. The story John tells is of his father. And the title of the story that he wrote, I'm just going to read it. It says, so, you think that you are a tough guy? And he goes on with the story about his father, who suffered the loss of family, the loss of part of his leg, persevered through a lot of pain, suffering, went on to serve as a pilot. And John, I'm going to read over it again afterwards because I could see the love you have for your father, and I can only hope that one day that my sons will think of me in the same way that you think of your father.
Amen.
And you know, I'm sorry, I don't have everything in my mind. I just got home and I opened it up, and yeah, it's a hell of a story. And besides that, he sent me a donation. Make sure I made a joke there. But John, I thank you. And right after the show, before I even leave out of this room, I'm going to sit down and read the whole thing without skimming over it real fast before the show, and because that's a story worth reading. And you could be proud of your father, and I know you are. And man, talk about a man who persevered a lot of appendix and burst. They didn't even know it. Leave that shit alone. Don't worry about it. We'll get it later. They didn't find out until years later. Shit. I had my
Lucky
appendix.
alive.
I mean to tell you, he was lucky to be even living. And then went on to train pilots for World War II. Served in World War I and then trained pilots for yeah. Like I'm a speed reader, John. I want to go back and read the whole thing because there was too much emotion in there, and I kept, because I thought it was just somebody you'd heard of or read about. And no, it wasn't until the end of the letter that you find out that was John's dad. So what a hell of a story.
Mm-hmm.
Though that's what you call a patriot.
Yes, sir.
That's what you call a patriot, baby. So.
You know, the former governor of Arizona, former UN ambassador, former hostage negotiator. He was a patriot.
He was a patriot.
Bill Richardson. I am speaking of Bill Richardson.
Yes. I think so many people admired him. Yeah.
Are patriots. This man, he didn't have to go into hostage negotiation after serving in the government.
No.
The state
As a
and
congressman,
federal
ambassador, cabinet member.
For as many years as he did, he did not have to go in his private life into hostage negotiation, trying to get people out of foreign prisons around the world, and he did it all over this world. These are patriots.
Carolyn.
These assholes that got convicted today, I'm glad to see these
I am too.
fuckers going to jail
I am too.
where they deserve to be. And as far as I'm concerned, they cannot use the 14th Amendment, Section 3 fast enough to
No,
keep
let's
this
get after it, baby.
asshole off the ballot.
He's an insurrectionist, ain't he?
That's
It's an
what he is.
insult
That's
to
what he is.
American patriotism.
John, just want you to know, brother, I love you. John and Carolyn turned out to be some fantastic people. John, anyway, yes. I was so tickled because that's what I saw in the headline. Enrico gets 22 years. They asked for 33. Should have got the whole 33, in my opinion.
It should have been
It
the
should have
33.
been.
Gave him 2/3 of it.
But you're right.
That'll do.
This is all setting up for the big show, the big target, Donnie Boy. That's what this is all
Agreed.
about. If everybody in this conspiracy, the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, all these little bullshit clubs that they form to make their peckers look bigger, if they're guilty, he's guilty. He's the one that set it all in motion.
That's right.
And I don't want to hear this. Oh, well, he didn't really tell him to. Fuck you. Yes, he did.
Stand by.
Huh?
He invited them to Washington.
Yes.
He told them to go down to the Capitol.
Fight like hell.
Fight like hell or you won't have a country anymore. That's what he told you.
That brings me to a question, John, and
What?
this is a little philosophical, but do you think the country is finally waking the fuck up?
You know, Leo, I'm
hope
starting to
so.
have hope that it is. But here's the problem I'm having right now, and it's pissing me off a lot because I don't think it's true, and I think it's just a thing of the news. You know, I'll shake everybody up. They're talking about the percentage between Biden and Trump being even. They're tied in national polling. Fuck you. No, I don't think so, baby. I really don't think so. You know, the only people hanging on to this man is the maggots of the boiled down goo that's left of the Republican Party. That's what those people are.
Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers
That's it.
and people like that.
Yeah.
The people
Bubba's
who just
Backyard
need
Brigade,
to have a
you know.
club.
That's what they are. Bubba's Backyard Brigade, that they're going to solve all the world's problems because we're going to get rid of half the people in this country. That's what the problem is. We'll get there. Yeah, fuck you.
That's why when I was a biker, I did not have, I was never a member of any biker club whatsoever. I rode with one American Legion group for, one time, but that's the most I ever did. And the point is, look, I don't need a
Not about the
goddamn
club, brother. It's
group
about the
to back
ride.
me up.
No.
I don't.
No, it's about the
I
ride.
need to
For
do
those that
what's right
know,
for
it's
me.
about the ride. It's not about a club, baby. It's about the ride.
Yeah, but I think that maybe
Well, you know,
the country is realizing it is a cult and it's time
is.
to back away from it.
It is. How
See,
can you maintain any kind of, but you especially in some areas of this country, he is still really, they were showing on the news earlier, driving through this town with Trump stickers and banners everywhere. Are you shitting me? Do you not watch the news or you just don't give a shit? That's what I feel
Or
like
they
asking.
just like being part of a cult.
That's exactly
They don't
what
give
it
a
is.
shit. They don't,
Go
they
ahead.
don't give a shit.
No.
They don't give a shit.
No.
No.
They're wrapped up in their own little club, their own little cult. This man that ain't done shit for this country ever. From the time he was young, he's been nothing but a scumbag cheat. That's all. His daddy left him a boatload of money, and what'd he do? He made more of it by cheating people. Every working man that ever worked for him had to wait for their money. Every contractor that ever worked for him had to take him to court to get their money. Cheap wine and cheap steaks, whatever he could sell you, it didn't matter. So.
Craig, you're having some difficulty with your sound, hon. You
Yeah,
might
that was
need to go out
I'm
and
all
come
set.
back in.
I'm all set.
There you go.
Okay, sounds
Just a little
better.
adjustment.
I had trouble with my sound too. The alarm system went off.
Oops.
No, it's just my dog's
No, I
little
was.
sketchy paper bag.
I better sleep in the morning. My day started at 5 o'clock this morning. That's way
God.
too freaking early. So, you know why? A cat.
Why?
A cat. Peggy was in the
Just-
house. Marcia and I closed our door to our bedroom. I guess Peggy was left in the house. Peggy's outside my door at 5 o'clock, or about 4 o'clock this morning. Meow, 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 meow. So I finally got up out of bed and let her in, thinking, well, she'll just find some place to sit or sleep. No, no, no. Let's walk around the room and meow all over the freaking place. So
You know what that's all about, right? I know you got
She's
more cat food
fixed.
in there.
Sounds like a cat and
she
heat.
is fixed. She's
Are
been
you
cut.
shitting me?
I know.
No,
She's
no. She wanted to know where the hell did you hide those bags of cat food?
Exactly. It
That
wasn't about
reminds
that.
me. That reminds me. Oh shit! I'm telling you, I got mail.
Oh, more mail?
I got more mail. I forgot to bring it in here. I got a package today. No, I don't know who sent this. I have my suspicions. Where's Pauline Hall?
Uh-oh.
No, she's not down there. Anyway, I got a box from Chewy, and it had 2 bags of cat treats. Holy shit, the cats love them. I'm telling you,
Oh.
2 little bags of cat treats, and then another package that had a bag of cat toys. So y'all are on the cat thing. I appreciate the shit out of it. My cats are appreciating
Well,
the
you're the
shit out of
cat.
it.
You're the
My
cat
dogs are
now.
looking at me like, "What's up?" Where's that dog shit?
The dogs are going, wait a minute, where the hell's my
Yeah, where's my
package? I
shit?
need the damn
no,
cat food.
no fear.
If them dogs know like I know, they better start meowing, okay?
No fear. That Pibble loves cat food, and she loves those cat treats
Okay.
too. Yeah, she's getting her little share of that shit. So I'm telling you. But yes, it just been one of those days. You know, got up.
Hey,
I
John.
was up early to get the truck fixed, and then that didn't happen. What?
I got a question to ask you.
Yes, sir.
About your beloved governor. I was reading something the other day where he passed a law denying water breaks for workers. Is that true?
No.
Governor Abbott? Yeah.
Well, it is, but it isn't. Okay, that's the hook that's been sold, and it's true. That was part of the package. Abbott is trying to control, basically trying to control the city of Houston, Harris County, which is the largest demograph in this state. And he has really been screwing with the mayor over there, and that was part of a statewide crackdown or whatever. I can't remember what it is. Can't remember. The Rolodex ain't working. But it wasn't specifically targeting the water breaks. But yes, that was part of it. And as a result, he's a dick. My governor's a dick. He's been a dick all his life. That's all he does is
Conniving,
dick
sneaky
things.
Son of a bitch.
Yes. Wait a minute. Now I had another thought in my head. Oh, yes. Well, today was Ken Paxton's trial. That started today here in Texas. Don't know what happened there yet. It's a shit show, I'm sure. Oh, there's my thing. There's my thing because Michael Johnson, KY himself, thank you. Oh, glad you got the shirt and the cup. Woof, woof. Fuck Rabbit, fuck Abbott, fuck the sentence. It's the thing. I can't do it. It's right there. I got to read it. I thought it was you. There was no names on this shit. But I thought that's Michael Johnson said that stuff, I bet. And, yes, and then I forgot I got the kitty. God knows, John.
Slow down, John.
It's been a rough day, baby. I was on my way to go get my truck fixed, and the truck went, no. Ain't going.
John, that's why they make that Cavendish blend.
They too make that Cavendish
Yeah.
blend. Unfortunately, I didn't have any with me when the truck broke down, so it's been a miserable day.
I'm suffering from it right now,
Right.
but
That's all right.
Ooh.
I'm making up for it now. So
go ahead.
I'm hoping I sleep tonight, brother. That's all I'm hoping. I'm going to hit that bed early, I think. I'm about
Oh,
wore
there's a
out
thing
as I
that's
can get.
happening here in Tennessee. They're finally doing some actual, real, substantive legislation that will at least make medical marijuana legal.
Really, in Tennessee? Well, you know,
Finally.
the DEA is being forced to have to review it. It's been requested that they review marijuana as a Schedule 1 drug, which, come on, bullshit.
political.
It's
That's right up there
bullshit.
with heroin and everything
That
else.
is a
Yeah, right.
that is a political and economic bullshit that was put on there. What, back in the 1930s, I think it was. Reefer madness and all that stuff. No, it has medicinal value. There are medicines made out of it now, and so yeah, they have to change this. Is it going to change the law in my state? Not a freaking bit. I have told everybody, in my opinion, Texas will be the last one to legalize it because it has nothing to do with the pot itself. Texas has a long ass border, and as long as it's illegal, we get a lot of drug money. From the government to fight drugs.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
It
and
is.
people don't look at that side of it. How much does it cost us to keep it
Oh,
illegal?
brother, it's ridiculous. And guess what? They're not bringing it across the river. They're driving it through the checkpoint or flying it in on an airplane. They're not hauling it across the desert in knapsacks. That's bullshit.
We got our own marijuana right here. We don't need to bring any in.
No shit. Well, when it comes to marijuana, you don't need to bring anything in here anyway.
No.
I think inmate number P01135809 library should be filled with all the banned books. That's a good idea. Fill that library
That is a
up.
great idea.
That's the only
We got
thing
to
we
put them
have, sir.
somewhere, right? We got to store them.
Got to put them
In
somewhere.
Connecticut,
Those are
in
the people.
Connecticut, we have dispensaries throughout the state,
Fuck you.
and we have
coming in here-
recreational marijuana.
Coming in here,
throughout
Craig,
the
just to
state.
bust my balls or what?
Well, no, I'm just stating fact that it took a while for even Connecticut, the land of steady habits, to
Right.
overcome the opposition to legalizing marijuana.
It's been a slow trek across the country, but it's gaining speed. There are
Correct.
more and more. I think just
Craig,
this
who
year,
was the
several
governor
more.
at the time?
Who was Governor Ned Lamont, who passed legislation. He's our present governor.
Okay.
He's the one who, under his term, his first 4 years, he legalized marijuana. 2 years ago, recreational marijuana came through. And the thing is, with the recreational marijuana, the state is making millions and millions of dollars in sales. I admit that the sales tax on recreational marijuana is high. Marijuana is high, but it's still making millions and millions and millions of dollars.
There ain't a tax in Connecticut
They're
that ain't high,
suggesting
but
that
it's
if the
good
DEA moves it from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, the price will come down. That's what they were suggesting on the news the other day when I was reading.
Yeah, the price depends on how much you want to put into it,
Well,
especially
also
if you
depends
know
on how much you want
cultivate
it. That's
or how well you may be able to cultivate it.
That's true.
Yeah,
If it was
I know
legalized down here, I would be
growers,
growing
they take
myself.
some very special pains to make things very, specific, and it's not a cheap process at
No,
all.
no, not if you want to do it right.
Well, in Connecticut, the medical
Someday when it's
marijuana-
legal, I'll talk to some people because I have friends in states where it is that have taught me a lot.
What do you want?
But I will give you a primer on how to do that and come out with the effect that you want.
Oh, in the growing part of it.
Yes.
Yes, the horticultural part. Which I find the times I have done it, that it's a very relaxing. It's I guess like any other gardening, except I pay more attention to it. It's like, ooh, look at you. I don't know. I have never made bones. Anybody that knows me knows I smoke. I don't give a shit if anybody knows I do. You know what I don't do? Take a lot of pain pills, and I'm in a lot of pain, brother. I have them. I don't want to take them. They screw up my head. I just don't like them unless I'm really hurting, which tonight might be a night. But only if I'm going to bed, I might take one. Other than that, I don't. I'll smoke a joint. I'll smoke a joint of.
Weren't you on pain pills, John? Weren't you on pain pills a couple of weeks ago after your surgery?
Yeah, I had a tramadol. I don't like them.
Okay.
I don't like them. That's a whole lot better than I was on hydrocodone for a long time after my surgery, and I don't play that game.
Oh, that shit will
play
kill
that.
you, man.
I don't play that game no more. That'll just screw you up, man. And it did to me anyway. I'd
I'm
rather
a
smoke
same
bowl and
mind,
try to
but the
relax
operation-
myself than do that shit.
the operation that I had, John, they gave me opioids. I took them one time and just realized I
Yep.
can get far better results myself. No, thank you very much.
Yeah. And I am more comfortable with the natural method. Uh, right now they want to cut on me in four different places, both shoulders and both knees. I'm not into that shit right now. There might come a point, but my problem
That's
is
one of
John
those
needs to
ones where
learn
you
to
have
take
to
it
ask
easy a little
yourself.
bit.
You
Slow
got to
down.
ask yourself, how much more time do I really have, and how much of that time am I going to spend recovering from surgery?
That's a good question.
We don't bounce like we used to, John.
No, we don't bounce back
And
as
I
we
can
used to.
totally understand why not doing it. So at that point, you just resign to the fact that, hey, I'm gonna have this pain, and you'll have pain either way.
That is why my truck is at a mechanic and it's not out here in my yard with me crawling under right now, because I can't reach over my head hardly anymore. My shoulders are shot.
I fully understand, brother. I fully understand.
It's pitiful.
That was the other part of last week that sucked.
What?
The getting old part just simply does, and nobody ever told us when we were younger that at this age it fucking hurts.
Yes. Yeah. Getting old ain't for the weak of heart, man. I'm telling you.
While I was out there doing all that,
we turned this show in from
I
politics to how old do you feel? Shit.
Yeah, right?
While I was out there, I stepped in one of the dog's holes that they dig all over the lawn.
That's not
and
healthy.
Turned my ankle. I have sprained it badly 2 different times. One time, my foot hit a telephone pole, going with my motorcycle going between a car and a telephone pole because he pulled out in front of me, twisted my ankle right around backwards. So sprained the shit out of it there. Then back in about 2002, stepped wrong and sprained it so bad that it swelled up way bigger than a grapefruit, more like a coconut size, and went black all the way from my ankle down to my toes and about halfway up my shin. So while I was out there with this already weak ankle, I stepped in it, it turned, and now here I am with all this swelling.
Boy, that is shit. Yeah.
But you know what does the most to get away from that inflammation?
What?
A little bit of CBD that's in a tincture.
Yes.
It'll do it. It makes a whole. I mean, and what happened was I also put taking ibuprofen and also put that Voltaren stuff on it and wrapped it. Well, that's just more NSAIDs. So I kind of tripled my NSAIDs in one day and ended up with purpura bruises on the inside of my arm.
Damn.
It's, what doesn't do that to you? A little bit of CBD in a tincture.
There you go. There you go. Oh, Alan Roberts, go get your shingles shot, buddy. I suffered with shingles for years until I went and got that shot. Ain't had them since. So, I've seen that go by in the chat. Yeah, there's some suffering.
And speaking of shots, I'm gonna play advocate here, because we're talking to a whole bunch of grandmothers and grandfathers and people that take care of younger people and aunties and all the rest of that. There is the RSV virus, which affects young children and older people. Should get a shot for that. There's COVID is still around, and Joe Biden has COVID right now.
Joe Biden
absolutely has it. It's on the rise. So shortly they will be coming out with a booster shot for COVID. I would wait for that booster shot.
They said the fall. They said the middle of September.
Correct.
Just a couple of weeks.
Shingles is another one. If you've ever had chicken pox in your life, get a shingles shot. It is a 2-dose
you don't want
system.
That shit.
I have another question here.
Shingles.
For everybody that understands the shingles thing, I have a question. Valerie and I know for sure that we went into the local Walgreens because the pharmacist there is a guy from India. He was Oh, he's just a great guy. But we went in, and we both know that we got our flu vaccine and our shingles vaccine.
Right.
Well, I told my doctor that, but I can't tell him exactly when the date was, and I'm not 100% sure that's where we had that done, but I know
the
we had
single
it
shot
done.
is 2 shots. You have to get 2.
Well,
It is
and
a
I have
two-shot
never
thing.
had the second shot. How the fuck do I
Right.
convince him? Hell, just go for it, son.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but yeah, I know the single shot is a two-parter. You get the first
Yeah,
one.
it's
and come
usually
back.
supposed to be done within a certain
Can,
period of
can
time.
you contact Walgreens and see if they have anything
that's
on
an
record?
idea.
Because they should.
Who you calling? We ain't old. Joe Garcia, are you in here?
I'm old.
Y'all need to quit fooling yourselves, okay?
Welcome to
'Cause, yeah,
Doctor's Calls.
we old.
Mr. Postman.
And speaking of old, I want to make a little announcement here
What?
to
What?
those of you that are on Discord. I offered last time we were on in the Blue Room to do a Discord class for old people because that's what it is.
I could use one.
I'm tuning in.
Discord is not friendly and conducive for old people, okay? It is made for kids. Now, I have to tell y'all, I am not an avid Discord user. I know how to do some things. I make it work for me. That's what I'm going to teach you
I
is
just
how to
want
make
you
it
to
work
teach
for
me
you.
how to make it work for me. This
Okay.
is the only part I
So-
know of it.
I am offering this class. It'll probably be held on a Wednesday. And today's Wednesday?
Nope.
I'm not even sure
Tomorrow.
anymore.
Tomorrow,
So
baby.
Tuesday.
we're talking maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you're in Discord and you see me in one of the voice rooms, pop on in. We'll take it from there. It's going to be on the fly. If you have a question, we're going to try to get an answer for it. Okay? And I'm hoping that one of my other moderators will come in and help me with this.
I'll be there. Miss Chick.
I just
Okay.
feel
Yeah, hey, those moderators know who they are. Okay?
It'll be good for all of us.
It
Hey,
would
guys.
be.
Absolutely.
I'm
So
gonna bolt
if
on
you're
you.
in Discord and you're in Discord Wednesday afternoon, let's say about 3 o'clock my time. I'm in California, so you figure it out. Come on in.
Five
We'll
my
do
time.
some Discord poking around and try to get people moving around in Discord because it really could be a whole lot of fun if you know how to use it. And
Yeah,
it's
it's fun
not
anytime we get
intuitive
together
like
in a room.
other-
It'll be fun
Absolutely.
just because
Well,
we'll
the
laugh
Blue
at how
Room
much
is
we
a lot
fuck
of
it
fun.
up.
It is. That's always fun.
Absolutely. So I'm just putting that out there for. It's a Discord old people class. Come join us.
On
Okay.
Wednesday.
Discord 101 for old farts. Okay.
All right, y'all. I'm out of here. It's been good talking
Run,
with you.
Leo,
John,
run.
You know I love you, brother.
I love you back. Take care of yourself. Tell Val we send our best. And
She
all,
just
the,
heard.
and all the puppies.
She listens in. She's a little
Ah,
bit
there
of a
you go.
spy.
She heard it.
All right,
Sending our
all
love,
right, y'all. Have a good one.
All right, Leo. Take care of yourself.
Night, Leo.
And that is Leo Sahaki, also known as Biker Wisdom. So go check him out on
Yeah.
Facebook, Biker Wisdom and Thoughts. Leo uses his voice. You just heard him read his piece. That was excellent. And
in
very
deep
well put.
wisdom.
Absolutely.
Very well put. Translates that anger
Very
that we
well.
all feel.
Yeah, don't mess around with these shots because from what I understand, these viruses are trying to combine. You don't want none of that shit, and you don't want it combined. Go get your shots.
Yeah.
Let's
Don
just
Cheeto,
face
quit
it.
putting it off. Quit procrastinating,
Quit putting it
buddy.
off, Don.
Pharmacist rules. Yeah. They know how.
Oh,
it is.
Okay.
shit. Uh-oh, I hit
I'm
a
so
button.
sorry, John.
What? What happened?
I'm so sorry that truck done left you on the road.
Left me on the road, buddy. It's at the
Oh,
shop
man.
right now, though.
Well,
They're going
I'm-
to give me a ransom note in the morning.
Oh. Well, I
You ever
I
wanna see
came
your
over here
truck
to
alive?
visit. And they put me to work.
I almost called you, brother.
Well,
I
I'm
came
not-
that close to calling you, but I finally got it. My boy showed up, and And we got it done.
Well, I'm not home. I'm
Oh,
up
that's
here
right.
New
You're in New Mexico.
Yeah,
I
I came to
Good
visit.
thing I did
came-
not call you, huh?
Yeah.
Or maybe I should have called you and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, buddy. You just got to come. I'll
I'll
wait
be
here on
there
the side of the
tomorrow.
road for you."
I'll be there tomorrow night. I'm leaving
You
in the
coming? You
morning.
coming back
but
in the morning?
yeah,
It's a long
I
ride,
came over
buddy.
here to visit, and they put me to work. They had a Kubota tractor that wouldn't start, and I had to give them the bad news
You fixed
that
it.
he's. Well, no, it's the bad news is that he's got head gaskets
Uh-oh.
blown, and it's tossing compression down into the water jacket.
That's a big
Uh-oh.
job.
Yeah, that's money.
So I had to give him the bad news. I said, hey,
Pull the heads off.
pull out the checkbook. Pull out the checkbook.
Yep, it's going to cost you money. That's what all of them do.
Absolutely.
It'll cost you money.
That's right.
Usually money you
But
ain't
hey,
got. So
talking about getting old, I had to stop, and just before I got to Fort Stockton on the way up here, and take a 15-minute break because this old man was running out of juice. I was falling asleep.
no shit.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute now. You're a driver, buddy. You can't be doing that.
And
Thanks for pulling over.
I realized I was pushing it a little too hard, and I pulled over and took a nap, and I felt like brand new. 15-minute break will save a life.
I'm gonna die tonight. I'm gonna pass right out. I'm hoping, because it's that rough on. Let me thank Michael
You know-
Johnson, who came in with another $2. Michael KY, I appreciate you so much, brother. It said truck fund, not much, but we love you, brother. Brother, it helps.
Every
Every
little bit counts.
dime helps, baby. I appreciate it.
Yeah, every little bit counts, and he's a hell of a dude.
Ain't he? KY's
Yes, he is.
he's a hell of a nice guy. I'm looking forward to seeing him again. Whether it be in
You know,
Kansas City or Charlotte, North Carolina, or wherever the hell this Blue Dot family ends up, we're gonna go.
Yeah,
So-
well, he's a hell of a guy, especially when he's asleep.
Yeah, especially when he's asleep. Yeah, I loved it when he came down here, and we all got together. That was something else. And Carolyn and John Majesco, just a fabulous couple to meet. I can't wait to see them again. They were
I'm
just
so
a kick
glad
in
I
the butt.
joined the group. I'm so glad I joined the group. I'm getting to know a lot of good people.
They're,
Right
we're
on.
full, this family's full of them, baby.
We're
Yeah.
glad.
And
is.
Joe,
And it's just better when we have
Joe,
an
I
opportunity.
want to say you're good people, and thank you for pulling over and realizing you fell asleep
Yes.
and taking a nap, because that is so important.
It's the sign of a
Um,
good driver.
My
Know your
son
limit.
fell asleep one time in his car driving home, long trip, and yeah, he ended up with the wheels up, pointing up,
Nope,
and
that's
you
not
know
good.
that's not how you drive a car.
Nope.
That's
No,
not how you park
well,
the car.
That's not how you drive.
park.
Period. I mean,
No.
when you start nodding off, your head starts to
Yeah.
drop. You need to pull over. Find a safe
Yep.
place to pull over. Take a nap, and it's not gonna make you any more late, because
Nope.
if you kill yourself, you'll be one hell of a time late.
Or somebody else.
Yep.
So don't take that
Yes.
chance. KY.
You know,
Hey, KY.
Tune in for more important messages.
Michael, are you there? You're not lighting up, buddy.
Can't hear you, Michael.
Can't hear you, buddy. Nope, he's not lighting up at all. I'm gonna send you back down, Michael. Let's recycle it. Let's get you back down and come back up. Where'd he go now? There he is. Let's see if that worked. Sometimes
Here's
Discord-
class 101. He might
Yeah.
have to actually leave Discord, shut it down, and come back to work.
Oh, you hear that, Michael? Yep,
See,
Michael,
still
not
not
hearing
working.
you. You might have to leave Discord completely, Miss Chick said. So exit out and then come back in and see what happens.
exit stage left.
Exit stage
Mhm.
left. So now that we have Enrique Torrio
Customer.
and that out of the way, who's next? Anybody know who's next on the list?
How
Oh, I
about
don't
Trump?
know.
That's a good one
Yeah,
to start
that'd be
with.
I'm just
I'll-
saying.
I'll-
What
you
was
hear
I
the
heard
good
on the
news?
radio today? Something about Sidney Powell was trying to separate
She's
herself.
fucking idiot. Yeah, she
She's an
is a
idiot.
fucking idiot.
She's stupid.
Because in her motion to separate, she went on this long tirade about what an exceptional career that she's had, and she's done this, that, and the
Really?
other, as if it fucking mattered. She,
What
she
you
talked-
did
Judge
before
took
you
her,
broke the
didn't he?
law.
she talked about other people, and how she had no affiliation with any of the other defendants or anything when there's videotapes.
I was
and,
fixing to say.
speeches. And,
Did
you
she
know,
not?
she was a heartbeat away from being a special counsel.
Yes,
Oh,
she
right.
was. She was. She
She's going to
almost
jail.
became special
She's
counsel.
going to
Can you
jail
believe that
because
shit?
Yeah, she was a heartbeat away. That crazy fucking bitch was a heartbeat away from being
Yes.
a special counsel. And she, Jesus Christ, this woman is out of her damn mind.
And we knew it when we
She's
first
going
saw
to
her.
jail.
Yes,
She's going
I think
to jail.
so. I think there's a
No.
long list of them that are in this 19 defendants here, including Donnie. But there's a whole lot of them down on that lower list. You know, they don't have any way out. They broke the law. That lady down in Coffee County, Georgia, that Republican, she ran the local Republican Party. She opened the door and let those people into those machines. She's going
Oh,
to
yeah.
jail. You know, those kind of people, they need to go to jail. They knew what they were doing. That lady knew what she was doing when she opened that door.
Yep.
So,
You know
Let's
who
go.
else knows what she's doing, John?
Who?
The New York Attorney General, Tish James. She asked the judge to sanction, or sanctions be imposed on Trump and the Boobsy twins and their lawyers. She's asking for $20,000 for frivolous conduct.
Frivolous
Repeatedly
conduct.
they repeatedly make the same legal arguments that the courts have already rejected. They keep just refiling and refiling. And she's like, enough of it.
good.
Yeah, and Sidney Powell was sanctioned for frivolous lawsuits and
Yeah.
stupid shit. So
Just
yeah,
something to eat
that
up
chick's
time.
going to jail.
Delay.
You know, he's gonna have quite the schedule come 2024. He's gonna be nonstop in court. So I hardly see any time for him to be out campaigning or anything. And in fact, I heard today, the Midas Touch was saying that the state of Georgia might be able to sue him for copyright infringement of that fucking mugshot he got going on
Yes,
now.
I heard something about that.
I just fell out laughing when I heard that.
That's
His
why I
image
love it.
used-
They want the $7 million back.
Oh my God.
I love it, man.
Oh my God. I just thought it was great, and I could use more laughs like that. So let's do this
Let's
shit.
keep that shit kind of going. KY, can you hear us now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Yes,
brother.
we
How are
can.
you?
I had to come back to the house to get water because I was on the road from the VFW.
Oh, you're in the car?
No, I was. That's
No.
why I didn't get a signal. Yeah.
Oh.
I just had to stop in and have a cold beer. It's 103 heat index. I was like, fuck it, I'm getting in there to
103.
this.
Phew. Are you shitting me, buddy? Come on, toughen up. Had 118 today.
Yeah, my old truck doesn't have air conditioner either.
Mine either. Mine either, brother. I'm telling you, it's a rough day.
Well, the bank wants me to get a new car, but I'm like, shit, I don't
Yeah.
want all that stupid.
Yeah, you see the payments on them new things? No, I can't afford that
No.
shit.
Oh, come on, join the club. I
know
spent
it.
50.
I know it. Joe comes over the house here and ride in that new Jeep, man. I keep looking at it going, man, ain't that pretty. Got air
it's only
conditioning too.
800 Yeah, it's only $800 a month.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's the
just
part.
fucking-
That's the part right there.
Not there.
Yeah, I can't do that shit. So, yeah, no, this old truck's paid for, so I'm gonna try to get it. You know, it's a 2010, so it's 13 years old, but you know, I've taken good care of it. But something's going on, so. And now I'm at that point where I can't do that shit myself anymore.
What actually happened, John?
It's that front end, that
wheel
left
come off?
front. No, that left front end, buddy. You know, I
But
that first sound. Remember, I told you it was like a scraping sound.
yeah,
Okay, today going down the highway, all of a sudden, you know and I know everybody knows this sound and this feeling. You know when you get drift off the edge of the road there and you hit those little things that make the tires vibrate, brrr, so you know you. Yeah, that's what it's sounding like. I got down on PID and all of a sudden that's what's coming from my front end, and I'm just thinking, holy shit, and yeah. So I stopped and I'm up under the truck out there on the freeway trying to figure out what the hell it is, and yep, I gave up.
Don, that's a dangerous thing right there when you get off, especially in SPID on the freeway.
Yeah,
That's
it's not a good
that's
place to
that's
stop.
that. I'm telling you, that's just like parking on the railroad tracks.
Yeah, well, they got it down at the shop, so they're gonna call me in the morning. And
You have to get a wrecker.
no, I drove it, buddy.
Oh,
Holy shit! Yeah, you talk about my ass puckering the whole way. No, I couldn't afford a wrecker, man. It was either well, shit, it's already broke, whatever the hell it is. So no, I had the kids behind me and took off down the road.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's good. That's good you made it.
yeah.
That's good.
I'm hoping.
That's good you made it.
We'll find out tomorrow. You might have to just go shoot it, put it out of its misery. I don't know.
Oh
We'll
Lord.
see. We'll see in the morning. No, they'll fix it. They'll get it fixed. I'm sure. I'm just don't want to see a comma. You know, it's those commas that really screw you up.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a comma. I told that guy, man, I ain't got no money, so do it on the cheap, whatever you got to do. So.
Well, I mean,
we'll
you've got to replace. You can't replace it with used parts. I mean, it's not cost effective because it's just a band-aid on a
yeah. Well,
on an operation. You know, you got to get it done right.
I use a lot of band-aids, Joe.
I know.
Hey, that's life, baby.
Why do you think I got that new Jeep? Because I got tired of using that baling wire to keep my truck together.
That's the way it is. I got to fix that that passenger side door too, because that's screwed up.
And I've been
There's a list of shit I got to do.
I've been looking for one.
We're going from old people ailments to vehicle maintenance here.
I'm looking forward to handing out. You know, John, I'm looking forward to handing out invitations to a Trump barbecue.
A Trump barbecue?
Yeah.
When he gets what?
Bye.
Ah, man, I'm telling you.
As soon as they say guilty, and
I want to see these other, the ones that have been asking for a speedy trial. Let's go, baby. Let's get after it. I want to see the outcome of those trials because it's going to tell you where we're going.
Yeah, guilty one, guilty all.
Let's go.
Let's get Congress and Senate involved, and let's get them all.
All of that is superfluous to the fact that, there was a story I read the other day. I can't remember this guy's name. Jeez, I can't remember nothing. There was 100 years ago a guy that ran for president who was in prison. He ran for president from prison. So that answers your question. Yes, he can.
Yeah.
Even if he's convicted and set in prison, he can run for president. And guess what? If he gets elected, first thing he does is pardon himself. Shit, get out of jail free card. I'm bent on this thing that it's almost a foregone conclusion unless they use the 14th Amendment to remove him from ballots. He's damn well going to be the Republican nominee. And where does that take us? Because it's going to take us the same place the last election did. He is not going to admit he lost.
No, and it doesn't really matter whether he runs or not. If any Republican becomes president, he will be pardoned.
Yes,
because they've already said so.
Ramaswamy's already out there saying real quick he'd do it in a heartbeat.
So the thing we got to do
is
to
heal the nation.
100.
Yeah.
We've got to make sure that
we'll never know who is the real puppeteers. Who are the real puppeteers? Who are the poll makers? Who's the one that makes these polls? Where's the thousands?
Oh, the
Where's
polls? I don't know. They never call me, so I don't know. I take those polls with a grain of salt. They never call
Yeah.
my
Well,
ass and ask me
I think
shit.
they're polling. I think they're polling their constituents,
I
the
think
MAGA idiots.
I think
Of
the news stations, and I'm pointing mainly to CNN. It seems like they want that race to be tight. I can't say that they're fudging the numbers on, but you're being very selective. I think you want that friction in the air because it sells news. You know
Yeah.
that's what it. I don't think I really have a hard time believing.
Well,
Of course, I
believe it or
caveat
not,
it by saying he was elected in 2016. All right, so he could do it again. It's not out of the realm of possibility that these assholes would do it again. But I just
and
don't think so. I don't believe in my heart that there are enough Americans in this country to do that. But again,
well, last night we had a family gathering, and they're my family, my wife's family are from Mexico, and we were having a discussion about Trump, and one out of 11 that were there is a Trump supporter, and he was arguing with me about that Trump did this, Trump did that, and I said, no, 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 no. If you knew anything about politics and how our government is run, everything that Trump claimed that he did was something that came from the previous administration.
no,
That's all the good things came from the previous administration. Whatever Trump did within his 4 years are what we're going to suffer through afterwards.
the economy took
Which
a
is,
dump under Trump.
of course.
Now, Trump will tell you real quick, oh, that's because COVID came and ruined everything. Well, I don't think so, baby. He was on his way to ruining
And
this.
COVID, the reason why we had such the worst, episode of a fucking pandemic in 100 years was because the very first thing that Trump did when he got into office was throw away what to do, the handbook that said what to do in a
In a
pandemic.
pandemic.
Because it was written by the former administration and he didn't want nothing to do with the black guy.
Yeah.
Well, and not only that, but I don't think he can read anything that's not written in crayon.
Yeah.
Or black Sharpie.
Yeah, Black Sharpie. He loves his Sharpie. Let me see. Is that
Oh,
Ed?
I was waiting for him to declare that we need to send a atomic bomb out there to get rid of that hurricane that went by Florida.
Absolutely, he said that shit. Yes, he did.
That's not Ed.
I was waiting for him to say it again. Biden should have sent a atom bomb out there to take care of that hurricane.
Yeah, he wanted to use an
Well,
atom bomb
what's the
out there.
point of having
Nuclear bomb.
What's the point of having nuclear weapons if you can't use them?
Yeah, what's the fun of that shit?
Was
Andy,
his
is that you?
comment.
Andy?
Oh,
What?
Who did I just bring in the room?
Ed Beatty?
John,
Ed, is that an E?
you
I'm
need
sorry.
glasses.
E's and F, they look the same to me. It's just a funny little thing over
You
there.
need
Ed, how the hell
glasses,
are you?
John.
I'm doing great. I was doing my impression of Mitch McConnell
Mitch-
again.
Oh, was you?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank
Freeze
you. You are really good at that.
Really good at that.
It's an excellent impression.
You could have let it last a little longer, though. That's okay.
No, I was just.
Get that dramatic effect. Ed, how are
Since
you?
it's time for Mitch I'm great. I'm great. The storm's over, and hoping this other storm isn't coming to us next week. Just hoping. We're already recovering from this hurricane. Well, tropical storm, really, of course, to
Right.
clean up. But still, I cannot stand Marjorie Taylor Greene's response saying to Jill Biden, who had the COVID, she said, I guess the shots didn't work. She is, I'm sorry to use this word, she is a
go ahead.
delusional cunt. She is a delusional cunt. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's
It's
not
just
usually a
I
good
am
word,
not
but
offended at all. You can say that all you want.
I
I'm
think
sorry.
if anybody fits
Ladies,
that.
everybody, I'm sorry because she is
You
delusional.
know,
I can't
delusional
stand
is not
her.
a bad word.
No, it's
But she's delusional. She's nuts.
She has done
You
nothing.
sometimes wonder how the people of Rome, Georgia, and the 14th district of Georgia
I don't understand that.
sleep at night. How do you
I
sleep
would be
at night? I
embarrassed
would
to
ask
have that
them.
woman as my representative. Are you sure? It's bad enough to have the guy I have, but
Yep.
he's no Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's made an ass of herself from the. That's all she does. She's a headline grabber. She screams about shit. What was she hollering? She's hollering now. She doesn't want to pass the budget. Oh, she wants to. She doesn't want to pass the budget. She wants to let the government go into
All
default.
she wants to do is impeach Biden. All he
Impeach
wants,
Biden.
he wants
Yeah,
to do
that's
is
it.
just impeach Biden and
For
Her
what?
and Matt
Trump.
Gaetz.
For what? Well, something. That's the answer. They don't. They just want to
I'm not
impeach
so-
him because Trump was impeached twice, so they want to get
John.
back at us.
If I could add something,
Sure.
I wouldn't be surprised. Marjorie Taylor Greene says we should arrest them
Arrest who?
for what?
Yes.
Time.
Oh, I guarantee you,
Give
she's
him
probably
budget
saying we
crime.
ought to arrest him.
He's probably said that already, yeah.
Yeah, she wants to arrest him. You know, for something.
Meanwhile,
Because they arrested
Matt
Donnie.
Gaetz is
You did
sending
it to my man.
veiled threats to Kevin McCarthy, telling him that if he doesn't vote or start the voting on impeachment with Biden, that he won't have a job.
I am embarrassed for the people of Georgia's 14th district. I'm embarrassed for them to have that woman represent you. Of course, Lauren Bovart out in Colorado, she's no different. There's a list of them over there that are just there for the headlines. That's it.
Of course.
You know, scream and holler about bullshit. Not get the people's work done. No, that's put on the back burner. We'll get to that shit later after we make your guy
And
look
Oh,
like
they
so,
just want.
while we're talking about representatives in the House, is there somebody that you would like to for blue?
I would, and you know where I
Oh,
always
yeah.
start. You know where I always start.
He
With our
always
with our own Aaron Trombley, because we want to
In
see
New York.
Aaron run. Aaron run, and that's her Act Blue
Run,
account.
run.
She is running for town clerk, and y'all think, well, that's a small office, John. Why are we? Because this is a blue dot, baby, and it might be a small office, another office that leads to another. I don't know. We might see her run for president one day. Say she's
And
not.
like
Aaron is
her at
trying
least
to make a
run for
difference
representative
in
one day.
her town. So
And
run,
that's
Aaron,
where,
run.
and that's where it all starts. And now, let's go down the list, baby. Travis, like I told y'all, Travis is getting to the end of that Dabricon thing, and he is just swamped. So I know he updated our Patreon list today. So if you're a recent Patreon member, that list has been updated, and your name should show up there. But Adam Frisch, who's running, speaking about Lauren Bobart, running in Colorado's 3rd District against Lauren Bobart, that is his website there. These are the places that you can go donate your couple of dollars to try to help keep us blue, baby.
Absolutely.
Ohio,
Because
Sherrod
we
Brown,
need all the blue that we can get.
it's the blue we have
John,
to keep.
did you hear about somebody else running against Ted Cruz?
Oh, you had to say Ted Cruz. Did you see his freaking video? Did you
I
see his
did.
video, Joe?
Someone else is running against him now.
I hope so. I hope
Someone
so.
I
Other
believe he
than-
was the
Are you-
district
Are you
attorney.
are you talking about a Republican running against him or a Democrat?
I'm not sure. I just barely caught part of it, but I believe he is a district attorney or something like that. That declared he was going to run against Ted Cruz.
Did you see Ted Cruz's newest video?
No, I have not.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Pray tell me.
It's about beer. Beer.
Beer.
There was a story, all right, in the news, some little bitty story and some little bitty thing that talked about the Drug and Alcohol Commission. What I forgot what not the DEA, but medical doctors that give medical advice. Anyway, I forgot what it said. Anyway, in that study, they recommended that men drink no more than 2 alcoholic beverages a week. Women should only drink 1 beverage a week. Well, that's the standard. It also says you shouldn't smoke. It says a lot of things in there. I don't
Well,
know.
that's going to kill
A lot of
our-
stuff
our,
in there. But Ted Cruz took offense to this, which has nothing to do with the Biden administration. Okay, this is one of those medical shit, can't even find the right word.
Advisories?
Advisory boards or something like that. That gives
Yeah.
recommendations on what we should do, and they don't like alcohol, so you shouldn't drink alcohol. Anyway, Ted Cruz gets on a video and starts talking about how Biden is trying to restrict him for only having 2 beers. I'll tell you what, he's standing there with a bunch of other assholes behind him with beers. And he cranks open his beer. Well, I'll have as many beers. And he starts chugging, and all the guys behind him start chugging their beer. And he starts talking about how Biden's going to take away your right to drink beer. Are you shitting me? That's what Ted Cruz has on his mind. That's what my senator is occupying his time with, is some bullshit that he wants to pin on Biden. And Biden is saying you should not drink beer. You shouldn't drink any alcohol at all. 2 drinks, so that's all you can have. It's going to be the law.
I think he's trying to protect the our Supreme Court justice's right to drink his beer.
I can't believe that man went to Yale. Harvard? Was it Harvard? He's a Harvard graduate. Ted Cruz is. Law school. And that's what he spends his time on. But no, I'm telling you, nobody likes Ted Cruz. Nobody in the Republican Party likes Ted Cruz. He's a dick. He's a plain dick.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he still has a mother, but I don't think she likes him very much.
I don't think so. Well, I know his daughters don't. His daughters, they
His daughter doesn't. No, she doesn't.
Yeah, and I kind of remember the story why, and I can't remember why. It had something to do with shit, my Rolodex is shot, baby.
Squirrel.
Yeah, big time squirrels. I got squirrels running all over the place. I got to get my shit together.
Didn't it have something to do with her wearing a shirt that her belly button was showing in? You know, it was kind of like a little short. Yeah, it was a while ago.
It was a while ago.
She got upset about it.
I hate to ask this question. This is my state. This is my shit. Who is the guy that ran against him? Please, somebody remind me.
Who is running again?
Huh?
Beto.
Beto O'Rourke. Thank you. My Rolodex is shot. I'm telling you. I went to his events and everything. Yes, Beto O'Rourke. The story back when was that they found there was something at her school, one of his kids' school, and she voted for Beto at the school or something.
Their little school election thing.
Yeah, and she was promoting Beto O'Rourke against her daddy. I loved it.
I love it.
If you ever see the video of he goes to hug one of them, and boy, she just like backs up, like, get away from me, you asshole. Nobody likes Ted Cruz. He's an asshole. That's all he does. He pulls bullshit like that out of his ass.
Oh, what's her name? The crypt keeper. She used to work for Trump. The one with the alternative facts. What was her name?
Kelly.
Kelly Conway.
Yeah.
Kellyanne
Conway.
Yeah.
Her daughter don't like her either.
Ain't that some shit? Neither does her husband. Are they still together? Her husband was a Democrat.
Yes, he was a Democrat, and I do believe that they are still together. For how long? It's a good question.
Boy, howdy shit.
Well, that proves that stupid is not hereditary.
This isn't hooked up to the system there, but I want to thank Don DeBerry, who just became a Patreon member. Don, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate the hell out of that. I appreciate all our Patreon members, baby. That's who's going to help me fix my truck.
John, this is KY. I do have a question for everybody that's a little bit older that
No, that's not me. Not me. Shit. No.
Hey,
what? Ask some of these old people. What?
This happened in Oklahoma. A friend of mine, he's in his early 70s, just got stripped of his Medicaid by the state governor of Oklahoma. Now, red state people should be scared because this is happening in their states, even if federal money's coming down. Where's that money going? This man's in his early 70s, and they stripped it. One thing they can't strip is his SSI. Thank God for that. But he's going to play hell to try to get Medicare now, at his age.
How could they do that?
I don't know. But they did it. He just told me today. I was just devastated.
took his
Why
Social
doesn't he
Security
already
away
have
from him.
Medicare?
No, not Social Security. They took his Medicaid.
Oh, his Medicaid.
Medicaid is different.
Yeah, Medicaid
Why
is.
did he?
Yeah, I just told him, I said, they can't take your federal. And Medicare is federal, but
Yeah.
if they look at you had Medicaid, if the federal sees that you had Medicaid, you're going to have to pay all that money back to get Medicare. That sucks. And
He shouldn't have to pay a dime back.
He probably should have been on both.
Yes.
Well, I don't know how
depending
that
on his situation. Hey, let me send out a great big thank you. And I love this. Bob K came in with a $30 donation. Bob, thank you so much. And he says, damn cats are too pampered. Here's some money for donkey and dog treats.
There you go.
And cats are pampered, Bob. I'm telling you. Bob, thank you
There
very
you
much.
go.
I finally saw that thing Travis was telling me about.
Oh yeah, there it is. Are you shitting me? Thank you.
Is that what it said? I can't hear the whole thing.
Yeah, and it's you and Jenny.
It's me and Jenny, and I say, are you shitting me? Thank you.
Yep.
He came in, and he had his phone. And he said, Dad, I want you to say some things. I said, what? Are you shitting me? Thank you. You know, I'm going to put some things on there. And he did this a while back ago. And then he asked me the last show, did you hear anything different? And I said, I did. I said, I thought I heard myself say, boy, howdy shit. He said, yeah. He said, he put a thing on there. Actually, I didn't want him to do that. If you go to a certain level, he put a thing on it. So
I didn't hear it this time, but I saw the little picture that pops up.
yeah, that's
Yep.
Yeah, he's been wanting to get in here and do some things to spice up the show or whatever. But
Well,
he
you
has.
tell that dude, Travis, that anytime he's wanting to come and do some things, he's welcome to come and do some things. Okay?
I'll try to get
That's
him in here
right.
tomorrow if he's not busy. When we get into
No,
the
don't
Blu-ray.
hug him if
Cool.
he's busy.
He
Just,
knows a
yeah.
little about Discord.
Just for everybody's knowledge, we did say, Kellyanne Conjob
Yep.
and her husband was still married, but we've been informed by the YouTube crew that no, they're divorced.
Oh, wait, that's
Couldn't
right.
happen.
I
Couldn't
thought
happen
they-
to
See the
them.
Rolodex,
divorce.
baby. It's in there. It needs a trigger. That's right. They did get a divorce. What was his name?
So, George,
George.
Mr. Conjob? I don't know.
Yeah, George Conway.
Conway? No.
No, because she
Kellyanne
kept her name,
Conjob.
Kelly
Kellyanne
Conway.
Yes,
His is
George.
something. George something.
I can't remember his something. Yeah,
He's been on the
He's been-
news circuits.
he's been off the radar for a while.
He's
So.
involved in that Republican thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. If I pulled up YouTube, I could tell you. My Rolodex is shot today, baby. It ain't working at all. It just up there spinning around. Cards are flying everywhere.
Your
Okay.
mind is here, there, and everywhere. That's
It
that's
is.
where it is.
With Bimbo, Bart, and Conway, that kind of
His name
reminds
is
me.
George Conway.
It is George Conway.
Yes.
I guess
Yeah,
it is.
It reminds me of that. I don't remember loving you. I'll get my crayons. I'll write it down.
I'm telling you.
Don Conley, remember that song?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have a better shot of remembering shit if I do write it down. I'm like that lady on that TV commercials. Well, let me put a note on my phone. And she pulls out a stick-it note and writes it on her phone. Sticks it right on the front of the phone. There you go. That's me. I'd probably stand a better chance. And again,
Yes.
I think I missed a message. No, I called that. Did I call Diana Mallory? No, I didn't call Diana Mallory. I
Did
sent her
Bob
a message.
K's message?
Huh?
You did Bob K's message. Was there one before that you missed? I think
Don
it was
the Bear?
just KY.
And KY. I got KY. Didn't
Yeah,
I?
that's what I thought.
I think.
KY, Bob K.
So how about some of them credits you got?
I got
Yeah,
credits.
you got any of those in your Rolodex?
Look at that. I got credits. How about that shit?
You got credits?
I got credits rolling right now. Alan Roberts up there, Andre A. Mann, Angela, went too fast, Bernadette Free, Bob K., David Robinson, badass, David Billings, yes, whole list right there. those are the names that maybe are going to help me fix my truck. Thank you very much. And yeah,
Amen.
that's
I think every little bit to the trust fund. I keep trying.
what's
Hey,
it?
sorry that I had to send you the T-shirt and the cup, but
I
I
like
think
the-
you need.
I like the cup, buddy. No, really, he
I-
lost. I'm just saying, he lost, man. That's what do you want to know?
I thought you would like that. I was
I
like,
do.
"Gee,
I do. I'm gonna start drinking my coffee out of it in the morning. I'm gonna put by my well, I got my donkey cup that I drink a lot out of. I like that one. And then my kids got me when they went to Cape Canaveral, they brought me back that coffee cup that says failure is not an option, which is a little thing that I say often. And that's where it came from. NASA.
you know, remember what the
Failure
coffee
is
cup
not
said?
an option.
I ordered it from a union. Supposed to have been a union deal.
Well, of course
That
you
coffee-
would. That's the kind of guy you are. That's who
Well, living
you
in
are, brother.
Texas, if you need to have a cup that says Houston, we have a problem.
Houston, we have a problem indeed.
And that
We're
is
fixing
indeed
it,
My
though.
right.
name is Abbott.
We're in the process of fixing that shit.
I hope so.
See these unions unite.
We have got to be in this fight. That we are. I don't want to believe their bullshit stories that they're neck and neck. I don't believe that. But we can't take the chance to let
No.
because this is again, we have to remember this is state by state that we elect a president. All it takes is the
Yep.
right states, and he gets it, baby.
We get enough states that look at the 14th Amendment, Section 3, and say he is disqualified, and they can do that. That
I believe-
limits the number of electoral college votes that
And
he
he
can
can't
have,
get shit.
and he will not be president. And trust
Period.
me, the Secretary of States have the power, the authorization to simply say
Remove.
he is disqualified
You-
for being on the ballot.
In
Just
our
like
state.
if his
That's it.
age was 34, he
That's
would
it.
be disqualified for being
And I
on
believe
the
he's
ballot.
reached that threshold.
Oh, he
So-
has definitely reached. When he made the statement in running for president this year that he would do away with the Constitution.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he does not. He's not up for this democracy shit. He wants to fade it
Oh,
into
no, he's
something else,
not.
baby. You let that man get in.
Yesterday, being Labor Day, that man got on his live social, and it just irks me to say that shit. I can't call it truth social because there ain't nothing truth about it. He got out
nothing
there
truth about
and while President Biden was honoring people who join unions and joining the labor force and just out there being presidential, this man was sitting up here telling people not to pay their labor dues.
That's what
He
he
has
does.
no good
what
intention
he
for
does.
this country whatsoever.
No.
And so, yes, straight up, he should be disqualified because he doesn't have any good intentions in the future for it either.
He should be disqualified because he committed treason.
He not should. He
Yeah.
is.
He is in my book,
By
but I
simply
want it
running
taken
his mouth.
all the way up to
Bill
Supreme
Jones
Court.
has
Let's
said
go.
it many times. He has the right
Aid
to
and
remain
comfort.
silent. He just doesn't know how to
He
do
doesn't
it.
have the ability to. He's going to run his mouth, and the more he runs his mouth, the deeper the hole. he
Please
digs.
let him continue to run his mouth.
Let him go.
Please.
Let him go.
Please,
Yeah.
please.
Anyway, I guess we're going to wrap it up with the Doctor Auto Repair and some politics show tonight, and because I'm going to pass out tonight, baby. Anyway, let me see, Michael KY.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in, and thank you for my coffee cup, and thank you for the donations.
And
You get all the thanks, brother.
that shirt is cool. I almost kept it for myself, but I went, nah. That's
I like the shirt, brother. Somebody's going to look at that. Kool-Aid, what's it say? Oh, let's join a cult. Let's start a cult. Here, drink some Kool-Aid. That's what happened, brother. Anyway, I appreciate that, and I love my coffee cup.
I love it because we have independent people that make those cups and those shirts that are actually artists, and that is just a great thing.
I like your
But-
cup. Your picture there.
Brother,
You drink your cup out of a cup that says maggoteers. I like it. KY, thank you very much, brother. I hope
I'll
to
get
see
you.
you soon.
I love you, my friend. I love all my Blue Dog family.
Love you
Y'all
back, brother. Love you back, and I hope to see you soon.
I'm sorry it took a while. I lost a brother. It was a little tough for me to come in.
Yeah, well, sometimes,
Yeah.
brother, sometimes. Hey, before we...
We donate to those that need help. That just like Leo, he needed help. I'm here to help him.
That's what we do,
Leo,
brother.
Right on.
That's what
Thank
we
you.
do, and I appreciate the shit out of it for me and for Leo.
That's patriotism.
That is, brother.
That's
That is
patriotism.
caring about your neighbor. And speaking of that, let me thank Keith Thompson, who just came in with a $5 donation, Hoorah Marine, and said, to the truck funding. Well, thank you very much, Keith. I appreciate it, brother. I'm almost scared to answer the phone in the morning. I just don't have a good feeling about this not going to be... Anyway, Michael, thank you very much. Ed,
Yes, John.
thank you for coming in, brother. We appreciate it.
It's great to be here. It's great to be here always.
Well, we enjoy having
Right on.
you anytime
And
this family
and
gets
you
together.
do a wonderful Mitch the Glitch impression.
You do a great
Wonderful.
impression, buddy.
Thank you.
I could see the look in your eyes. You were dazed, brother. You didn't know where you were. And again, thank you, brother. And Craig,
Good night.
Yes, sir.
thank you for coming in and for joining the conversation, brother. Appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. You're
Come-
welcome.
come on
And
in.
stay cool down there.
Oh, yeah, that ain't happening. But I do have hope. I do have hope, hey, Craig. My weatherman last night told me not this Friday, but the next Friday. There's a possibility of a cold front, well, a cool
Cool.
front, that will
Nice.
blow in and give us some relief. But more importantly, when that one blows in, that's the last chance for us having a hurricane on this Gulf Coast. That'll swap it around, and them storms will go the other way. But anyway, Craig, we appreciate it tremendously.
Oh, thank you very much.
And Joe,
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Send me some good thoughts that I make it. Me and
just
Maria
be
make
careful.
it home.
Be careful
one
on the
piece.
road, brother. That's a long run from New Mexico back down
Um,
to here, brother.
That's right. I'm getting ready to take. We're in the motel room, and I'm getting ready. Maria's already asleep. I'm gonna go to sleep and try to get up at 4 in the morning.
There you go. Well,
So
be
y'all-
careful.
Y'all send some good thoughts, and hopefully we make it home on
We'll
one
keep
piece.
you in our heart, brother. We'll keep you in our heart.
Thank you very much.
All right, brother. And Missy Chick,
Yes, John.
do you have anybody tonight that we want to point out?
I have a couple. I kind of was racing around like you were, and I
That's
did
all right.
manage
I just
a
want to
couple of
check.
names. I wanted to go down. I mean, we're on Arkansas now.
Oh, yeah?
They only have 4 districts. All 4 of them are Republicans, and one of them is a traitor. And we need to flip that seat. But I don't have any names yet. There's nobody that's come up officially yet. So we don't have anything against him. But it's Rick Crawford. We need to get rid of Rick Crawford in the 1st district.
We've got a lot of
So
work to
anybody
do.
out there ready to run? Come on
Come
up.
on, let us know. Let us know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
well, thank you
But my
very much.
shout outs tonight
Yes.
are Joel C. McClurg from Ohio,
Outstanding.
Dawn Susie from, I think, Florida, Rodney Lemley from Tennessee, Lou Ann Kyle. I didn't quite have enough time to figure out where she was from. Bert Wakosic, I think, and Ellis Dean Hoovey, and I didn't figure out where they're from either. And your friend Claude Ellis is still sharing this shit like
He's
a regular.
He's still sharing this shit?
He's still sharing this shit.
Outstanding job, brother. Outstanding
Thanks,
job.
Claude.
We appreciate the shit out of that.
Yeah, we do. And you can all help out by doing that.
You can all share this shit. As Leo Sahaki,
like-
Biker Wisdom says, share that shit.
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe, baby. I appreciate it very much, Miss Chick. I leaned
You're
tonight,
welcome.
baby. I know you did. Y'all know that. I did. I'm leaning. Anyway, Bernadette,
Yes, sir.
thank you, baby.
No, you're welcome, hon. I'm here for just trying to help people make it through.
You do a hell of a
Because
job, baby.
that's what we gotta do.
That's
That's
what we
what we
have to
gotta do.
We lean on each
And
other. We
so,
get through shit. We get the job done. You adapt. You overcome. You move forward, baby.
Absolutely.
That's what we do.
That's what being patriot.